I have decided to create a screencast for you to guide you in the assignment where you're going to be searching for an article in the library databases and completing your article analysis. As per the assignment, it is required for this class that you use academic sources of information as well as APA format when writing, citing, and creating a reference page. Part 1 instructs you to choose any topic in the field of psychology, any behavior, any mental process that interests you. Once you've generally decided on a topic, you're going to use the library databases that are available to you as a SUNY Orange student to find one peer-reviewed academic journal article about your chosen topic. So I'm going to guide you on how you would search for your peer-reviewed academic journal article. Once you are signed in to My SUNY Orange and you're on the home page, you will see up here in the tabs a tab for the library. Go ahead and click on that. And then you will be brought to the library search and other types of library services. What you want to do is scroll down and go to Article Databases by Subject. Then you want to scroll down and choose Psychology. It will bring you to the databases where you can find articles in the field of psychology. I'm going to use EBSCOhost, but you are more than welcome to use ProQuest or PsycNet as well. Once you connect, you may be asked to enter your username and password if you're working remotely from home. So you would just input your same username and password that you do when you sign on to SUNY Orange. And once you do that, you will be brought to the database. What you want to do is you want to go to an advanced search. And then once you're in an advanced search, you can really narrow down what we're looking for in this assignment. So my topic is going to be anxiety and college students. So you could see I'm typing in my topic. If I were to just put anxiety, you're going to get tens of thousands of articles. So I try to narrow my search a little by narrowing it down to a specific population, in this case, college students. I then am going to scroll down and I want to make sure I have a full text, that I have the peer-reviewed box checked, and that I scroll over here to document type and I choose article. I also want to narrow down the number of pages. It is not necessary that you have a very large article, so we want to make sure that it's less than, I don't know, I'm just going to say less than 8 pages. I also want to narrow it down so that it's a more current article, so I'm going to choose between the years of 2014 and 2017, but of course you could change that as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and click search. As you can see, this narrowed it down to 19 articles that are from peer-reviewed journal articles, so this meets the requirement for this assignment. Now what you'll do is you'll kind of scroll through the different articles that come up and look at the titles and see if any of them interest you. And then you can actually go into the article and read a little bit and see if it sparks your interest and if you'd like to use the article for the assignment. Once you've chosen your article, you are then going to provide a brief summary of the article in essay format using appropriate in-text citations in APA format. If you are unfamiliar with how to do in-text citations in APA format, there are several options that you have. You can go to the sample article assignment that can be found in the information section, and the participation assignment folder, and you can see the sample article analysis assignment. If you bring that up, you can see what I'm expecting from this assignment. And in here you will see APA Intext Citations. When you are paraphrasing the article, in other words, summarizing in your own words, you would need an in-text citation that has the author's last name, comma, and the year the article was published, and then the period afterwards. If you are using direct quotations, you would put the author's name, the author's last name, the year in parentheses, and then at the end of the quote, the page number where the quote is from in the article. You can also refer to the resource called Purdue Online Writing Lab, APA Formatting and Style Guide, and this will provide further information about APA format as well as APA in-text citations. So simply type into the search bar APA citations, and you can go ahead and click the OWL guide, and you can go to the basics of in-text citations and when you know the author or authors, and this will show you exactly how your citations should look with the correct format. Part 3 of the assignment requires that you provide an APA reference page for the source of information, which is the article that you've chosen and summarized. So if we go back to our sample, you can see at the very end of the assignment, there is an APA reference page. You will title the page Reference, because there will only be one article. If you used more than one article, then you'll write References. You will then put the last name of the author, comma, the first initial, followed by the year that it was published in parentheses, the title of the article, the name of the academic journal in italics. Then you would put the the volume with the issue in parentheses and the page numbers. That is sufficient enough information. However, you can choose to provide the URL if you'd like, but it's not necessary. Again, for information on APA reference pages and how to correctly format your sources of information using APA style, go again to the Purdue Online Writing Lab, put in the search bar APA reference page, click the appropriate link, and then it will give you numerous guides on references page formatting. You can go right down to the APA guide, and then you can choose research and citation or APA style. It will give you numerous resources on how to format your reference page in APA format. If you go back to that APA formatting and style guide, again, you will see where you have got the information about in-text citations, and also there's information on the basic rules for a reference list, how to reference certain sources, whether they are articles in periodicals, authors' books, other print resources, electronic sources, and other non-print sources. So you can go to the basic rules and see some of the basic rules for for creating an APA reference page. and then you can see how you would reference certain periodicals, and this is the basic format for the source of information that you are researching. If you still have any questions about this assignment, please reach out to me. I'm here to help.